Okay, this tutorial is on how to find exact values of an expression. So the question is sine 45 times cos 30 minus tan 45 times sine 60. So in order to solve this, we have to use the special triangles, and those will help us determine which values to use to solve the question. So the first triangle is a 90-degree triangle with each other angle is equal to 45 degrees. So each of those is 45. The hypotenuse is root 2, and then the other two sides are both 1. The second triangle is also a right angle triangle, and this angle is 60 degrees, and the other angle is 30 degrees. The hypotenuse is 2. This side is 1, and this side is root 3. So now we can substitute these values in for what we have in our question. So we can use SOHCAHTOA to do this. So sine 45, we have sine 45, we can use opposite, which is 1, over the hypotenuse, which is root 2, times cos 30, which will give us root 3 over 2. And then we can subtract tan 45, which is opposite over adjacent. So we'll get 1 over 1 times sine 60, which will give us root 3 over 2. So from there, we're going to multiply each of these, and that will give us root 3 all over 2 root 2 minus root 3 over 2. So in order to get a common denominator, we'll have to multiply this side by root 2 on the top and bottom. And then we'll get root 3 over 2 root 2 minus root 6 over 2 root 2. So then we're going to form our common denominator, which will give us 2 over root 2. And then we're going to merge the top, which will give us root 3 minus root 6. So that's how you do the question. Some common mistakes people make are with the radicals. Sometimes mistakes are usually made there, so just watch out for that. And that is all. Okay, so this question is similar to the last one, except it's a little more difficult. This question is cos 120 times sine 45 minus tan 225. So in order to solve this, we have to use a three-step process. First, we find our buddy angles, then we use the cast rule and special triangles. So cos 120, we can find 120 degrees, and that's approximately, we can say it's like there. And we're gonna make a triangle to our x-axis. And then from here, we are going to use our special triangles. So if this is 30, that means this here is 60 degrees, and then this is 30. So we're using our 30, 60 triangle. So the hypotenuse of this would be 2. The square, or the other side would be root 3, and then 1. So we can use cos, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, to get our values, which would be 1 over 2. And since this is in the sine quadrant, when we use the cast rule, it would be negative. So it's negative 1 over 2. So then to find sine 45, we just locate 45 degrees, make a triangle to our x-axis. This is 45, this is 45. Each of these sides are 1, and then the hypotenuse is root 2. So then we can use SOHCAHTOA, and that will give us 1 over root 2. Then to find tan 225, we can locate the angle over here and draw a triangle to the x-axis. This is also another 45 angle, 45 angle triangle. 45 degrees, 45 degrees. So the hypotenuse is 2, and then each of the sides is 1. So if we use tan opposite over adjacent, we can get 1 over 1. So now we just use the cast rule, and since this is in the tan quadrant, this is a positive number. So the only negative one is cos 120. So then we can substitute all of our values. So cos 120 becomes negative 1 over 2 times sine 45, which becomes 1 over root 2, minus tan 225, which is 1 over 1. So then from here, we can merge or multiply these two, which will give us negative 1 over 2 root 2 minus 1 over 1. Then we want to create a common denominator, so we're going to multiply the 1 over 1 times 2 root 2. And we're going to do that on the top and bottom. So that will give us negative 1, 2 root 2 minus 2 root 2 over 2 root 2. So now we can create our common denominator, which is 2 root 2, and we're going to merge the top. So we'll get negative 1 minus 2 root 2. So our final answer is negative 1 minus 2 root 2 all over 2 root 2. So some common mistakes people usually make are with the cast rule, they'll forget their negatives, which can mess up the final answer, or just maybe sometimes getting the wrong values. So just watch out for that. And that is all.